Yo, what's up, Dork Squad? Today I'm going to be talking about not only one, but two of the latest Nintendo Directs. The March 27th Nintendo Switch Direct and the April 2nd Switch 2 Direct. There's a lot to unpack here, but I'm going to be breaking down the key details and elements that stood out to me, personally. So, yeah, let's just get into it. So I don't know about you, but last week's Direct low-key blew my mind. Like, we all kind of expected some smaller updates, but Nintendo kind of went all out for a console that's supposedly on its way out. First off, Metroid Prime 4 looks absolutely stunning. We finally saw actual gameplay, and it looks all around just amazing. Then they hit us with Rhythm Heaven, and a brand new entry at that. Rhythm Heaven fans have been begging for this for years, and now it's finally happening. And then, if that wasn't enough, out of literally nowhere, Tomodachi Life is back. Not just a port, a brand new game called Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Now, I've never played Tomodachi Life, but I'm definitely intrigued, and I've heard nothing but good things about it, so I'm curious to check it out. But yeah, all that to say, there was quite a bit to last week's Direct, and those are the few things that stood out to me most. But now, we're moving straight into the future of Nintendo with Nintendo Switch 2, so let's get into that. The new console does look sleek, and it's got a ton of upgrades. The 7.9-inch 1080p HDR screen is a major improvement, something we've all been waiting for. When docked, you're looking at 4K 60 FPS, and they've added 256GB of storage right off the bat, with the usual microSD card support for those of us who are storage hungry. I'm honestly really excited to see how the new Joy-Con feel, but honestly, could they really not think of anything other than Joy-Con 2? Anyway, they're bigger now and have a cool magnetic attach system, which, thanks to leaks, we already knew about, and apparently they work like a mouse in some games, which we also knew about, thanks to leaks. The Switch 2 is also launching with quite a few games. The big one, of course, is Mario Kart World. They opened the Direct with this, and it was 100% the right call in my opinion. This one's got a ton of hype behind it with 24-player online racing and dynamic weather effects. But what really caught my eye was the list of upcoming games. There's Kirby Air Riders, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and even some classic GameCube games like Wind Waker. What? Now, I'm one of the lucky ones to have the HD port on Wii U, but a lot of people don't, and for them, the only way they can really play it is either emulating it or playing it on a GameCube. So it's really nice to see this game come to Nintendo Switch Online. I don't really know why they couldn't have done this beforehand, or why it's going to be a Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive, or honestly, why they couldn't just literally give us a Wind Waker port and charge $60. I don't know. There's a whole topic to be had about that. What's most crazy to me, though, is the amount of third-party games that are launching alongside these titles on launch day. Like, for me, it's starting to feel like less of a Nintendo-centric launch than I expected, and I don't really like that. And honestly, here's where things start to get a little underwhelming for me. A lot of the Direct was dominated by third-party game announcements. Not that it's a bad thing, I mean, there were some pretty big reveals here. But it felt like Nintendo was really pushing the Switch 2 as a multi-platform device. We saw a lot of games that are already available or coming to other consoles, and while that's great for expanding the library, it definitely made this event feel a bit less Nintendo-focused than I expected. There were some cool reveals, like Dustblood from Fromware Software, but I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping for more original Nintendo titles to steal the spotlight. And on that note, the entire Direct and the entire Nintendo Switch marketing, it could just be neat, but it's missing that charm for a next-generation console and feels more like a crossing over or marketing/branding change for Nintendo. And don't get me wrong, I'm still excited for the console. I'm still going to get the console, you better believe it, but I just can't help but notice the weirdness of it all. Anyway, moving away from that, because I don't want this to turn into like a negative type video, even though I have a lot to say. So this is mainly just my thoughts, and you know, we're just chilling, so. Let's talk about that C button. And no, it's not another joystick or some weird input. It's actually Nintendo's new built-in voice chat button. Yeah, you heard that right. Nintendo, the company that made us jump through so many hoops with the Nintendo Switch Online app just to talk to our friends, is now giving us a dedicated button for voice chat. Press it, and boom, you're instantly in a voice chat with people in your party. No app, no phone, no external nonsense, just straight up in-game voice chat. Now, on paper, that sounds amazing. This is something we've wanted for years, but may I remind you, this is Nintendo we're talking about. If this works the way they say it does, this could be a game changer, but if it's another half-baked online feature, well, I don't know, at least we'll always have Discord. We also need to talk about the price of Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza because, what? So Mario Kart World, the biggest first-party launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2, is not $60, not $70. Nintendo is charging $80 for this thing. $80? Now, to be fair, it looks like a massive game. We're talking a full-blown live service Mario Kart with regular track updates, seasonal events, and a 24-player online mode that is open world. But there's a but in there. At the same time, I don't know, it's still just Mario Kart. We've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for over a decade, and it still holds up. Is $80 really justified? And then there's Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I believe is $70, so what's the deal? Now, don't get me wrong, I am thrilled to see DK getting a brand new game after all these years. So many people have wanted it, and it's finally coming, and it's finally happening. But from what they've shown, it just looks like another Donkey Kong platformer with a few open world segments. It looks fun, but what about this game screams next-gen premium pricing? I get that the game development costs are rising, and I get that Nintendo is trying to make these games feel like big deals, but charging more than Xbox and PlayStation first-party games? That is bold! So overall, the Switch 2 is shaping up to be a pretty powerful upgrade, but I'm still just trying to process how much of this was actually third-party games. Like, I dare say they took up at least a third of the runtime. I mean, heck, maybe even a little more. But, I don't know. Are you excited for the new console? Let me know in the comments. And, of course, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. And with all that said, thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Now we get to go calculate how much I'm going to be spending on launch day and start saving up.